Hey everyone, this is bloodmako, and this is my run of Divine Alexander, the Lufenia fight. So I'm sorry for the cut. So basically, right, I'm gonna cheese Alexander. I'm sure there's plenty of videos out there, but for those who don't really know what's going on, it is possible to cheese Alexander. You need Gladio's high armor and quite a bit of patience and a few, well, some RNG luck basically. So as you can see just now, because of the cut, right, I was actually trying to get Gladio to be the last to take his turn because of how the counter or how the cheese works. So basically, Alexander, when your party is at full brave or full max brave, he will counter it with a skill called Sacred Chime, and he will put your brave to 0. However, this skill is actually counterable, so Gladio will just go, he will basically counter Alexander, and because of how his counter works, he will also gain brave. So in short, it is a endless loop. You continuously attack, or rather you will continuously counter, and then brave everyone, and then Sacred Crime will come in. I think I said Chime earlier, sorry, it is called Sacred Crime, and then he'll put everybody to 0, and then Gladio will just counter again, so it's an endless loop until Alexander dies. And the nice thing about this is that you don't have to worry about the AWP also, because the AWP will never come out because of this endless loop. But on the off chance that you are actually trying out, the AWP is Dark AWP, so just hit him with Dark. But Alexander has lots of mechanics. He cannot be launched, he cannot be delayed, his turn cannot be deleted as well, which is to say that he has to go, and the only way is to go before him with something like Terra's LD or Lightning's LD. But I decided to not deal with this mechanic and just, you know, let my phone play by itself. So I'm just gonna talk until the 80% mark, which is when the AWP should come out, just to show you guys that hey, actually the AWP doesn't come out at all. Now after that, I'll just cut the video all the way to the end, and I'll show you guys what I had to do for the setup, because I had to remove a few passives that Paladin Cecile and Sarah has, and a few of Gladio's max brave skills, just so that he can constantly give everyone max brave, or cap the brave out at least. So right here, the calls are also kind of important, is to basically increase the brave damage and HP damage that Gladio is doing with his counters, because the amount of brave that you get back is based on the amount of damage that Gladio does, the HP damage, which is why it's so important. I'm not sure if you guys can hear, there's a drilling sound in the back, I'm really sorry about it. But yeah, I brought Cryo and for the HP damage increase, and she also increases the amount of brave you get back from HP damage. And I brought Jack for the increased brave damage. Yeah, because it is also to help Gladio hit the cap damage, because as you can see, he's constantly hitting max damage. So yeah, I don't have to worry about, you know, Gladio not hitting the damage or having issues with getting the brave back. So as you can see, it's at 79% already, and the AWP has not triggered, so you don't have to worry about, you know, letting your phone run and then at 79% the AWP comes out and just, you know, immediately deletes everyone. No, it doesn't come out at all. But I had to do this a few times because of how the HP damage converts into brave, because of how it works basically. So it is based on Gladio's HP damage, right? But the thing is, you have to play around with the max brave that Gladio has, because you want to have a balance of not too much max brave to the point where after the counter he doesn't cap, but not too little to the point where you're not doing enough damage. Then you're also not getting enough brave back because of how little damage that you're doing. So it's a fine line. I had to do it quite a few times. I'll show you guys my loadout, so maybe you guys can try and follow. And as for my summon also, I had to use Shiva, because well, I didn't have the patience to keep retrying the wave over and over again. I initially brought Diablos, and because of how slow Gladio is, he was not going to take a turn. So basically the three characters of mine were not going together. It was only Sarah and Paladin Cecile, and Gladio will go after Alexander, so it defeats the cheese. So I just opted to go for Shiva to speed all my party members up, so that Gladio will have a turn, instead of constantly retrying over and over again with Diablos, because Diablos will definitely help because of the in brave that he gives. You're not exactly hitting elemental weakness, but the in brave helps him. So yeah, right here I'll just cut to the end of the video, and I'll show you guys my passives and the sphere. Right, the sphere, Paladin Cecile sphere is very important on Gladio. So the two things that you need is Paladin Cecile sphere. The refined sphere works too. In fact, mine is a refined sphere, and Gladio's high armor. Yeah, these two are the most important thing that you need for the cheese. So yeah guys, I'll cut to the end of the video. Right, so the entire process took about 24 minutes of letting the phone just run around constantly like this. So as you can see, Gladio is just doing the standard amount of damage, 780, yes, yeah. And in fact, after a while, you can just leave it and come back about half an hour later, and then you see that, hey, you're done with this. So yeah, it's a pretty straightforward fight if you're doing this cheese, and I really recommend that you just try it out, save yourself the time and trouble of doing the actual fight, unless you are up for the challenge, then by all means, man. I mean, we play this game is to enjoy ourselves, right? But yeah, I'll show you guys the passives that I took out, and you also notice that my weapons and on Paladin Cecile and Sarah are really bad. It's just basically to reduce the max brave that they have. The Cloud refined sphere is not really necessary. It's just so that I can constantly hit cap brave damage. I believe I actually put Sephiroth's sphere, but I think I took it out because I'm not exactly sure, but I think it actually gave some max brave. Don't quote me on that, but yeah, that's one of the reasons why I took it out. And as for summons, right, Diablo's brave regeneration is actually quite good on Gladio. And the thing to really take note of to remove is mainly Bahamut, Brothers, and some of Leviathan and Diablo's passives. And for Gladio, you don't want his perfect arts, which is attack and max brave. You rather have something that has attack 108 and preferably survivor skill up or something else. It doesn't really matter after that. For Cecile, you don't want any of his passives. Just remove everything. Remove all his max brave. Anything to do with max brave, just remove it. And you just want him to be as fast as possible, because you just want him to apply his LD and the call, and that's it. It's the exact same thing with Sarah. So remove all her max brave passives, keep her speeds on, and if you realize you are still too slow, you can just throw in Shiva like I did. Yeah guys, it's pretty straightforward lah. Just remove all max brave and stuff. So yeah guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.